Okay. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is my first ever YouTube live, so welcome. So I just thought I'd join in today to show up and just try something totally different. I thought that I just show up and try YouTube live for today. No particular rhyme or reason. Well, there is a reason. I'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I'm here, YouTube live, and I'm just going to be shooting off the hip today. This isn't like any sort of like scripted video or anything today. I don't really plan on being here very long, but I just want to just jump in and see who's going to show up and yeah, just have fun for a little bit. So, wow. Yeah, I'm just going to wait for some folks to show up, but I'll just say that just to start things off. Yeah, like I just decided that it might be a lot easier to do live videos instead of like just gathering content all week and just trying to like piece everything together and make an interesting story or interesting video. So I figured probably be a little easier for me to just show up live every so often, as frequently as I can, and just go live and hang out. So I just figured that might be a lot easier than I figured that might be a lot easier than just again like trying to find a video, edit it, and just all that other stuff, right? So, yeah, like the whole point of this, I guess, is to get more comfortable in front of the camera and go live as frequently as possible. You know, I may not be able to upload a video every day, every week, but it's probably a little more reasonable and easier to go live on YouTube more frequently. So that's my reasoning. Yeah, like again, just shooting off the hip. So, a little bit about what's going on. I guess I can say that honestly, like I've been having a lot going on in my personal life. I'm not going to obviously get into that, but I think one thing in particular has been like I've obviously been like getting over like COVID, and this is like my first time ever getting COVID. So yeah, there's that, and there's just been like a lot of other things going on as far as like yeah, I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, COVID. I've had COVID for like the last several days, and it sucked, and obviously I'm getting a lot better. I can actually show up and sit here and talk and get out the bed and stuff, so I can do that. So yeah, that sucked, and I'm here now. Um, Man, it's very interesting being live on YouTube without any prep or real prep, anything like that. So this is just again me just going off the cuff. Going to try again tomorrow. But yeah, like maybe I should have. I'm probably going to send more of an alert out or like notify people because I don't really plan on being here too long. Um, yeah. Anyway, I guess speaking of YouTube, I watch YouTube pretty frequently. A few of my go-to guys that I usually like to watch. It depends on like what it is, but like I think I've kind of discussed this before. But like one thing on the channel that I would really like to do, I want to do content that kind of gets me out the house because obviously we'll get to this in a bit. I'm a cartoonist, and being in the house all day every day drawing like um it gets very congested, and it gets kind of like, I don't know if the right word is like lonely, but it's like you're in the same living space every day just drawing. And I know like things like Discord helps, but it's not the same as like going out and getting real interaction with people. So when I do like some different form of content, that's something I like to do. I really like watching like people, what's the word, like I don't know if social experiments or like reactions are the right word, but stuff where people get out of the house and they ask questions and stuff. So I know a few guys who are like really down to help with that, but I think that's gonna perhaps um take a little more time, like it's just to figure out a schedule. And I'm I usually tell people we gotta make time, we gotta make things happen. So yeah, that's a little something I want to do. Like some of my top go-to guys on YouTube right now, I'm really watching like Jadion. He is hilarious. He's like one of my go-to like YouTubers. He's really funny. I really like watching him. Who else? I watch Sneeko sometime. I watch him from time to time. Like Abba and Preach, like a lot of the top guys I watch and I find kind of entertaining. Um, so yeah, I want to do, maybe if that's a good idea, like content around there, that kind of stuff. Also, I already said it, like RDC World. They're some of my favorite like guys who make like skits. I really like Long Beach Riffy. So yeah, like that's some things I'd like to get into as well. I guess anyway, I guess we can move on. I'll just share with you guys some like manga I've been reading. So I got a couple things right here. Again, this is like off the cuff. So like a few things that I've been reading since I've been here in Atlanta. I think I've told a couple people that I'm actually I just moved here like this year, 2022, and been thinking about going back to Cali, obviously, but maybe not like right now. I think that's a little too soon. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's a couple things I've been reading. Starting off here, this is Hunter x Hunter. My older cousin really kind of put me onto this. He was like, "Yeah, I think if you really like One Piece is like very adventure based. It's fun. It's action oriented. It has a little bit of everything." I was like, "Oh, why don't you give Hunter x Hunter a shot?" And so, yeah, I've actually gone through this volume. I've heard about this over several years. I just never really gave it a shot. Um, yeah, so Hunter x Hunter. I read through this whole volume again. I know like the manga, like I guess the actually yeah, the manga was on hold or standstill for several years. And I know they just the manga creator, he recently picked it up. He really just started he recently said, "Hey, I'm coming back to Hunter x Hunter." So there's Hunter x Hunter Volume 1. Read this. I really enjoyed it. It's pretty fun. Hunter x Hunter Volume 2. So I got a couple volumes of this. I've been reading. This one, I think I finished this one. So I think I'm actually coming into Volume 3. The story's been really good so far. Hunter x Hunter Volume 3. So I guess to anyone watching this later, this is just like Japanese comic books. It's just like comic books but from Japan. That's essentially all manga really is. Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, One Piece, all that stuff, right? Jujutsu Kaisen, whatever, Fire Force. So yeah, Hunter x Hunter Volume 3. The same guy who made Yu Yu Hakusho. That's very popular. I think that's like a '90s anime or like early 2000s. So there's that. Hunter x Hunter Volume 4, and I don't think I've gotten here yet. I think I started on 3, but I haven't really quite gotten here to 4 yet. Tokyo Tribes Volume 1. This is from one of my favorite mangaka, Santa Inoue. Yeah, so I'm trying to get all the like Tokyo Tribes volumes. So very this is like a very like what's the word, like niche anime. Like I feel like now this would be really popular because this is like a Japanese take on like hip hop manga, right? So it's very interesting, it's very fun, it's very in today, right? Because it like, being like part of hip hop, being like black culture is at like an all-time high. So like I feel like a lot of people would really like this if they gave it a shot, you know. I guess it's kind of hard to like see everything going on like with this setup, but yeah, it's really fun manga. I really like the characters and stuff. Santa Inoue is one of my favorite mangaka. Um, how can I say this? I would love to like meet and collab with him on something, but think I'm a little far from that actually happening. Like I'm sure if I met him, I don't know, like I haven't really made much of a name for myself, so I don't know if that's something he's, you know what I'm saying? I just know how life works, right? If you're nobody, like I'm not gonna say I'm nobody, but like I'm definitely not like a super poppin' like artist where everybody knows my name, right? So, it can't be naive, right? You gotta have something to the table. You got to have a bit of a name to yourself to some extent, right? Next is One Punch Man. This is something I've been wanting to read for a while. It's funny because I bought this and I never really got around to reading it. Yeah, it's just like a lot of times when I get home from work, I'm just kind of like really exhausted, and so I just haven't had a chance to read it yet. But I've got the first step, right? The first step is like to actually buy it, right? And if you want to read it, so I got it right here. I just got to actually read it. Yeah, like a few last minute things. I guess lastly, I'll just kind of go over a bit of like a couple drawings and stuff. So again, like I said earlier, I had COVID, so it's like I haven't quite been able to do much, and I've just had other problems going on as well. But I just got a couple drawings and stuff, and maybe I'll just do like a quick character overview, right? Like, so this right here is one of my main characters for my comic I'm working on, right? This is my character Haku. As you can tell, I may or may not have like loosely based him on myself just by like the appearance, like the hair and stuff. Like everyone's like, "Oh, did you base this character off yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah, loosely, very loosely, at least based off of appearance." So he's one of my main protagonists. I got a new character I just kind of made, and this is like just one of several drafts I've done. This is like, I don't know, perhaps like an anti-hero villain, something like that. Probably like a bad guy. It's just like a concept, of sketches. As you can see, it's not really done yet. Um, so yeah, there's that. And there's like a little bit of a project I've been working on. So here's some of it. So a few pages. The first few pages were done on like, this is like deleter manga paper. And yeah, it's just like manga paper from Japan that I imported. And it's funny because it's like, it's actually a lot easier for me to work on bigger paper. So I tried to draw on smaller paper just because I felt like my work output would increase if I'm working on smaller paper, but I feel like I draw better on bigger paper. So these are like the first few pages and stuff. And like the first chapter is actually finished. So these are just the first few pages that I have here in my hand. I just haven't uploaded it anywhere yet. So this is the first chapter, and couple first pages here, and probably make some adjustments to them. So yeah, like the first chapter's already finished. So these are just the first few pages, empty page. So yeah, this one probably can use some adjustments. How many pages is this? I think this is like 6 pages. So yeah, there's a couple pages done, and yeah, like that's that. That's what I've been kind of working on. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do is just kind of get ready to wrap things up. I think today was like a good little like test run. I'll just keep this uploaded on the channel, and from now on, I'll probably just try to like put some more like equipment into like my little drawing space here, and try to like over time, I want to like kind of like get a more, what's the word, perhaps professional setup, because it's just me and my table and a few of my art supplies. I got some Copic markers here. These are like, I don't really color much, but like, yeah, these are like professional industry grade markers. This is what like all the official like mangaka in Japan use. I'm sure there are other options, but this is like one of the industry leaders. This is like one of the top brands, Copic markers. I also have a lot more Copics. I got some alternatives too. These are like Blick Studio markers. So here in the USA, here in America, we have like Blick art stores, and these are like very like good replica or competitor markers, house brand markers to Copic. So very cost effective, and just a good alternative. And they're refillable. That's one of the primary deciding factors to what marker that I buy, is that if they're refillable or not. So if I can like reuse them, refill them, I'll just, that's something I take into consideration. So yeah, in any case, I think that's going to do it for today's video. So yeah, I think today was a pretty decent run. This is almost like a 15-minute video. Again, just me shooting off the hip. As always, that like button and that subscribe button are your friends. Like the video, subscribe. You know how the whole YouTube thing works. And I might do this again tomorrow. Yeah, so getting over COVID again, so I have nothing but a little bit of time on my hands before I go back to work. So maybe we'll try again tomorrow, and I'll just kind of maybe have some discussion pieces. I'll likely send out some, what's the word, like notifications, so that way people can actually know that I'm going to go live, I guess, right? So yeah, I think that's probably going to do it for today. We're almost at 15 minutes. Just a quick introductory video. This is just, again, to like get me more comfortable in the camera. If people want to come and hang out, that's great. Obviously, I want that. I want people to come and fuck with me and watch my videos. So I'm going to leave this one up. I'm going to, yeah, leave it up. Probably try again tomorrow or sometime very soon, before Monday for sure. And yeah, we had some technical difficulties. I got past them, and yeah, nobody's in the chat. Dang. So today was pretty much a bust. We'll try for better tomorrow. I can't really be surprised. I didn't really send out any notifications, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So, like always, guys, like the video, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, peace.